Welcome to Golf in America. I'm Anthony Anderson. We start outside of Philadelphia, where it's no mystery why golfers flock to the golf course at Glen Mills. It's Pennsylvania's top-ranked public course with holes named Heaven, Hell, and Graveyard that are special tests of golf. As Jim Axelrod reports, what makes this course unique isn't what brings the golfers here, but what brings the workers.
The golf course at Glen Mills is meticulously maintained, demanding as it is beautiful. It's a popular draw. But what makes this course special has nothing to do with who's playing it, and everything to do with who's taking care of it.
Peer pressure, bad decision.
The teenagers who take the clubs,
negative stuff I shouldn't have been doing,
cut the grass,
I wasn't going to school, I wasn't making the right decisions.
and rake the traps.
Then I just decided to turn myself in and then not running from the cops for the rest of my life.
These aren't neighborhood kids working summer jobs. These are troubled teenagers working to straighten out their lives. The golf course at Glen Mills shares the grounds with the Glen Mills School. Founded in 1826, Glen Mills is the oldest reform school in the country.
All the students that come to Glen Mills are sent to us by juvenile court. The philosophy of Glen Mills is that no young man is really a bad young man. Oftentimes he didn't have a way out or didn't know the way out.
That's where the award-winning golf course comes in. An unconventional classroom where a curriculum in second chances is taught.
These kids learn, number one, the whole job atmosphere. Getting up, going to work. They learn responsibility.
Unconventional for sure, but the whole idea makes perfect sense if you think about it. Golf is a game of managing your mistakes, of trying to salvage par on a shot hit deep into the woods, for instance. It's a game built on hope and redemption.
I never considered building a golf course without having the kids here.
Ron Pilot is the man who came up with the idea of putting the Glen Mills students to work on the course. The father of 7, grandfather of 25, he knows something about kids. He's also a board member at the school.
I always enjoyed seeing kids succeed. I coached football for 25 years, and I enjoyed seeing kids move on in the high school and become successful, in college being successful.
But these kids aren't ordinary kids.
They are ordinary kids. They are just kids. Giving them a second chance, they are all good kids that need that second chance. Keep the edges filled and the middle filled.
A chance to learn the value of hard work, courtesy, and playing by the rules. It made all the sense in the world to him. But Pilot knew that mixing the clientele of a top-tier golf course with kids who'd been in trouble with the law carried some risk and wouldn't be an easy sell to the rest of the board.
Mixed reaction. I had some members of the board who had never been on a golf course before. And
they wanted to know, what are you thinking?
What are you thinking? Yeah, exactly right.
We're aware that one incident could affect the reputation and perhaps the viability of that whole course if it happened early enough and if it was severe.
It made a couple of the board members nervous, more than it made me nervous. These kids have a remarkable sense of being able to show what they can really do.
Maybe most remarkable,
This is my first time ever seeing a golf course, actually being on the golf course.
is that many of the boys at Glen Mills don't know the first thing about the game before they start working there.
I never even watched golf or heard of golf, basically, till I came here.
And they certainly don't realize the power of the program to shape a life. Although they don't have to look far to find a sterling example.
The job that he has done and where he's going, there's no answer where that young man is going to go in his life.
No limits.
No limits at all.
Sean Kearny is a Glen Mills alum now working at the prestigious Fisher's Island Golf Course on the Long Island Sound, one of the top courses in the country.
I always tried to be, the coolest kid or the baddest kid, and I just ended up doing some real dumb stuff. Working at the golf course taught me work ethic. It taught me what it was like to have a real job instead of just goofing off every day back home. It taught me how I should play the rest of my life at it.
From the sounds of Sean's boss, the program at Glen Mills is turning lives around, both at the school and on the course.
Sean is a great example of just what hard work and dedication. He's come a long way over the years. Just goes to show you how you can turn things around.
Much of the $3 million in revenue generated by the Glen Mills golf course goes towards scholarships for the boys. Money that's helping Sean Kearny go to Penn State University, where he's studying, naturally, golf course management.
I don't come from a wealthy family by any stretch of the imagination, and I didn't have any money to go to college, so if it wasn't for the golf course there and donating all the proceeds to the program, none of these kids would be able to go to college.
Sean Kearny's story defines the powerful potential of the pilot program at Glen Mills. He recently returned to share it with this year's graduating class.
I still find it hard to believe that if it were not for Glen Mills, all of my goals wouldn't even be thoughts, and all my accomplishments thus far would just be dreams.
A round at Glen Mills certainly isn't cheap. It'll set you back somewhere near $80. But when you look at Sean Kearny and realize that's the price of a second chance, it's not a bad buy at all.